Just a short video here, guys. It's kind of a rant, but I wanted to share because I'm hoping, I can get through to some of you out there. A couple weeks ago, bought basically what was going to be the last purchase for my pigeon for the year. It was a Mona Lisa blooded hen with a crossed rocket in it that I needed a hen. And this is her. She arrived finally today. She was en route for 7 days. She was shipped last Wednesday. Today is Wednesday evening. And she's dead. She didn't make it. And the thing I want to kind of show is, even though when you buy off of auctions, there is a shipping and box fee involved, a lot of people chintz out and they make their own little shipping boxes. And I would implore those of you who are shipping birds, whether it's you're selling birds or sending them to OLRs, don't chintz out on the box, guys. This is like a little homemade shoe box with some holes punched in it. It's not an approved box. It doesn't have adequate ventilation or space for air movement in it. And as the temperatures rise, as the inevitable happens, birds die in transit, like this hen. Based on what I'm seeing of her condition, she probably died sometime last night or early this morning. Obviously from dehydration and probably heat stroke, because it is hot. And I think that, and this hen, when she was shipped, she came from the far east coast, the eastern seaboard, and she was held up back there for 4 days. There were no updates on the shipment. Once it got to the distribution center for 5 days, finally the shipment was updated. She appeared in Salt Lake yesterday. I think it was yesterday morning or late last night or late the night before, and then finally got out here. But she didn't make it. My postal employees here at the local office are really, really good about handling live birds. Their remark was they were pretty sure when she got to the local postal distribution center, which is about 40 miles east of me, they're pretty sure she was dead even by that time. They didn't see any movement. Obviously, noticed immediately her dead down there through that hole. But don't chintz out, guys. If you're selling birds through the auctions, your customer is paying for the shipping box. And at the same time, if you're sending birds to OLRs and you chintz out, you're just not ensuring that your pigeon is arriving at its destination in the best condition possible, and you're probably not going to do well. And here's the other thing. We've had live bird shipping through USPS since the late 1980s. It was pretty much sponsored by the American Pigeon Fanciers Council, and the guy who helped really get the job done on getting shipping approved through a lot of trial and error and expense and experiments and stuff like that was the late geneticist Joe Quinn. He was really the guy who spearheaded it because he was very active in the American Pigeon Fanciers Council. And I actually took part in some of the shipping trials that got the first approved box approved and helped get us USPS shipping. And I'm here to tell you that you are not supposed to use unapproved boxes to ship. And when you guys do that, those of you who do that, I know lots of YouTubers, they're as insistent on this as I am, that if you don't use the right box and you don't follow the terms that the post office sets aside, you endanger the future of live bird shipping because of situations like this. Postal employees, when they knew this bird was dead, they were very upset. And a lot of them get very upset through the entire distribution chain, kind of as word gets back, because they do give feedback back through the networks if something does happen to a package, just kind of a reporting. And obviously, if you use the wrong box, mistakes do happen, but if you use the wrong box, it is on you, and you're endangering live bird shipping, which is going to create a negative for everybody. You know, and keep in mind, if we can't ship birds to the post office, you're not going to you're not only going to be able to not sell birds and ship birds to people, you're not going to fly in any OLRs either. We'd have to go back to airline shipping that we had in the mid and late 80s before it was all done. And believe me, having been there, done that, you don't want to go back to that. It's very involved and very expensive. We don't want to do that. You know, I'm not going to shame the guy who sent this bird, but I do want to kind of, you know, issue the little warning here that, you know, you've got to, you know, do everything right. Don't try to cut corners to save $10. You know, this was not a very expensive hen. You know, by my standards at least, you know, she was like $150 plus the shipping. I had about $220 into her, and she didn't make it. You know, I'm fortunate it wasn't a much more expensive bird, but I'm more concerned about the loss of the bird and not having the hen I needed for a planned mating, you know, because when you buy birds, you plan it. Even before you get them, you start planning. And it's not a good thing. So, guys, when you ship birds, please use the proper box and make an effort to ship the bird properly. Don't chintz out. So, that's it, guys. I will talk to you later.